Daddy Bull and Baby Bull are sitting on top of a hill overlooking a big grouping of cattle, a bunch of cows. Baby Bull looks up at Daddy Bull and he says, "Hey, Daddy Bull, let's run down there and fuck with them cows." Daddy Bull looks at Baby Bull, says, "No, son, let's walk down there and fuck them all." And with that, episode 12 of Shitcoin Solutions is underway. And the topic of the day is rug pulls.
And failed projects. Rug pulls or failed projects.
Or failed projects.
We're not the all-knowing masters of what's a rug and what's failed unless they literally just shut the Twitter down, shut the Discord down, and oops, we're gone.
Took the money and run.
But there's been several downhill atrocities in the last 7 to 10 days, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, plenty of them. Let's see. I was telling Lee about this a little while ago. He didn't even know about this, but we are actually investors together. And you hear everybody say, this is not financial advice. I wouldn't take it from us anyways.
No.
But we do a lot of gambling and a lot of startups. Some of it is for getting in early, and some of it is just gambling. And so one of them I seen doing pretty good was 2030 Floki, and it seems to be that it's like a slow rug, I guess. I kept seeing that they were getting 20 and 30 and 50 and 60% gains, and I kept looking at my wallet going, why is the value of what I bought not greater than it started? And so I typically don't do a token count, but I noticed that it seemed like I was missing a little bit. So I went ahead and just did a quick screenshot and started poking around, got on Discord, and I seen somebody in there who was warning everybody, hey, don't get involved in this project because it's a slow rug. Look at your token count. And I had literally just done that screenshot. I'm like, well, I guess I'll wait. And the next morning I looked, and I think I was about 50% less than the day before. And the token had went up 40%. So I'd lost 10% of the value. So I went ahead. It did let me sell it, so that was a good thing. So it wasn't a total loss, but I probably lost 30 or 40% of the value over the course of 4 or 5 days, 3 or 4 days, whatever it was. So these scammers are getting clever at the way that the tokenomics are set up in the smart contracts to be able to remove liquidity without you even knowing it. Unless you're one of those people that just you're looking at charts and graphs and Excel spreadsheets, and you're writing down your numbers every day. Man, people don't do that. It's hard to notice that you're missing tokens from where you originally bought, because normally you don't buy 1,000 tokens. At least I don't, anyways. I may buy 1,242.7983462. I don't leave it on a round number, because a lot of these projects have reflections, and you're getting portions of a token anyway. So your number of tokens is always changing. So, and then there's the old Squid Games. That was fun.
I called that one. I knew that was going to run.
Yeah, it was definitely
our $300 was worth what, 150 grand at one point,
something like that. I don't know, something ridiculous. And I was like, dude, it won't let me sell. I've got the slippage at 49.99%. I'm doing all the little tricks I know how to do. And
red flag.
The red flag should have been looking at the chart and not seeing it dip one time over the course of the first 5 days. That was my red flag. When I started seeing that, like, it was gains and gains and gains, but never
nobody sold.
Nope. I mean, nobody.
Yeah, it took until I got it on. I don't know, it wasn't Twitter. I think it was one of the groups, and they're like, it might have been a Yahoo article about it shooting up so high, but it said people were having trouble selling. I remember some messaging you and being like, "Hey, yeah, we were already." I don't know what it was at that point, but obviously it just kept running, and then all of a sudden it just splat.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
I've seen. Might have been on TikTok or I think Mr. Doug. He I think he pulled up the video of where a guy was like, "Oh, it's yeah." I'm looking at it on Coin Market Cap now, but yeah, Mr. Doug pulled it up and it literally in seconds just straight down out of nowhere.
6 o'clock in the morning. I looked at my wallet at 5:55 and was like, "Man, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go in there and see if I can't sell this." And at 6 o'clock in the morning, the bottom just dropped out, and I was holding my wallet and watched it happen.
That's
the only one I've ever witnessed in real life as it happened at a rug pull. So
yeah. That was a $300 donation to whoever rugged. Ironically, if it's the same squid, it's still the project is now ostensibly run by the community. So I guess it's doing that what you talk about.
Zombie farming or zombie trading.
I guess so, because actually this is the first time I've ever seen this on Coin Market Cap. It has said it appears this asset can now be traded freely on various exchanges. The project is now ostensibly run by the community after the initial rugging allegations. Please do your own due diligence. This project, while clearly inspired by the Netflix show of the same name, is not affiliated with the official IP. But yeah, I mean, it's literally still trading on coin. I mean, it's trading somewhere, and it's got a 0.061 cent. It's actually up 12% in the last little bit. So it rugged, but continued on. I guess I don't know, how do you describe that? I mean,
I guess depending on how the contract is set up, once they remove their liquidity, they no longer have control of the contract. I don't really know how it's structured, but I know that they had it locked, and people were asking them about it and stuff, and I'd heard that they said that it was locked like that for a reason, and it was locked for a reason. Unfortunately, it was to scam everybody, but
right.
What do? You live and you learn.
You would think that, but based on our track record, it doesn't seem like we have.
Well, I mean, we are in a period where the wild west of crypto is it's flourishing, and do your own research. A lot of those were purely gambles that, like you said, hey, this one's going to run. I know it's going to run because the series has.
I mean, that's
so
literally the only reason I told you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it came out and I was like, dude, this is the #1 popular thing on Netflix.
Yep.
I don't care what use case it has. I don't care what. I was like, it's going to run solely on the name alone.
Right.
And sure enough, it did. It just, and I'm not saying it wouldn't happen. I mean, it's not going to now. Somebody redoes the Squid Token 2.0. The ship done sailed with that one, but I knew. I mean, it's a cult thing. I mean, I don't know if it exists, but I don't know if there's a I'm sure there's a Matrix coin, but if there was a new one that came out with this new Matrix coming out, or whatever a new Spider-Man coin, I mean, I'm sure those are all cult followings, and there's going to get some action. I've always told people, like around here, somebody should make like a whatever they can do to not get in trouble with copyright, but a U of L Cardinal coin and a UK Kentucky coin, and those would get action just from the fan bases.
Yep.
the fan bases would battle to probably see who can drive the price of the team's coin higher.
Yep.
I mean, they do blood drives around here for Louisville and Kentucky. They do. I mean, they pit that, versus each other. If you did that in the same thing, people will throw money at it. I mean,
if they had at the universities where you could buy college gear using that crypto,
right?
People would buy it just for that reason.
Right. So yeah, but I mean, DAOs and node staking and all this new stuff that, I guess technically, I think they said Olympus was around in September, October. And I forget Strong Block, maybe right around the same time, which was a DAO and a node staking, but it's all still very new. And so everybody trying to chase the early entry.
Let's see here. I've got a thing here that I made on Parrot DAO. That was the one that rugged. They rugged. Let's see here. Their APY had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 commas in it.
Yeah.
18 commas. Why would we have ever bought into something that had such a ridiculous APY?
I mean, GG DAO. I mean, we were in it. It had 30 zeros before, and didn't technically really, it failed.
30 zeros. This had 18 commas.
I get it, because we thought we could get a half a day or a day before every other idiot jumped out. And
yeah,
I mean, just like anybody. I mean, you're looking for, well, every idiot's going to jump in. I want to be with the idiot that jumps in. I mean, I've seen in a guy, I can't remember, YouTuber, and his thing is, he said, even Ponzi schemes make money if you're in early and out early. That's the truth. I mean, so yeah, these are gambles, but if you gamble and get in and it runs up really quick and you're smart enough to, or conservative enough to cash out a good chunk of it or get your original plus some win and let the rest ride, then you're not left holding the empty bag. I mean, he said he was in soldier nodes, which, like I said, they collapsed. Didn't rug. They just paid too much rewards. Their system wasn't going to work out. But he was in early, got a big chunk of his money back, and I think got a little profit and let the rest ride. So he wasn't one of the ones that lost money. I'm sure there's several people in Marine might have got in for $4,500 nodes, got out quick enough to make some money or at least pay for what they put in, and they're not left holding the empty bag like we are.
Yeah. I think because you kept buying more and buying more, I think the money that I used for that, we may have lost $100 on it or something.
On what?
On Ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 150 maybe. So
what'd you do? Take some out of GG profit and put in that before it tanked?
No, I mean, I've cashed some of it out and bought other stuff with it. So
I know I lost probably close to.
I sold 3 or 4 when it was still $60.
Gotcha.
I was able to, and then right after that happened, I mean, it was basically free falling at that point. So
yeah.
I have when an investment such as Ring was supposed to be, turns out to be what appears as of right now anyways to be a failing project. Whether or not it will fail, I don't know, and I don't want to, these guys probably worked their ass off on this thing and it just didn't work out. There's too many people cashing out at the same time instead of investing and leaving the money in there. And when that happens, things go south and they go south fast. And
Ring is under some serious allegations of being definitely crooked. I don't know to what level, but tactical investing. they're literally trying to get Interpol involved, because apparently the team from Ring and Meta Islands, they have a lot of the same. It looks like back. I don't know. They're breaking down the code. They were looking at like registrations for stuff and where it was, and they're literally, whatever it is, if it's a rug, if it's a failed project, if it's a scam, I don't know, but they are pursuing it in reverse order, which is pretty cool, because you don't hear about that happening on most any rug, that there's any kind of penalty or chasing. So Tactical Investing is supposed to be posting another video, but he's definitely roasted them, and they've got some stuff going on. But what's odd is the Ring Discord has been paused, but it's not deleted.
So that's where I was getting at. When
I don't know.
When a project changes the goalpost, you know, they say, you know, you're going to be able to get this much a day and in your investment, and you know, they never said that they're going to change it to where you can only cash out once a day, every 24 hours. Because people were cashing out, and the coin was dropping too fast. And I get it; they were trying to save the value as long as they could, but you know, that wasn't the rules. And when I was actually watching it when they were putting everybody on pause in the Discord and stuff, and they basically just paused everything where you can't complain. There is no FUD anymore, and there is no, hey, watch out, don't get in this project, because they muted everybody, you know. And what you said just now about they've left it up so it doesn't have the transparent appearance of rug, you know. Right. But yet you can't get any information. They're not doing AMAs, and they're not doing, you know, they're not posting, they're not shipping out new software, they're not doing all the stuff that you would expect of a team that is still developing the project.
No, and everything on their Discord, usually they had at least one mod or one dev. You can see, you know, see the online people or whatever, and there's nothing on there except the bots, and then the boosters, and then the gold noter. I mean, it's all just people. But yeah, it's turned off, and still paused at every angle, and not showing any activity. But I'm surprised. I don't know what their goal is, unless, I mean, I haven't looked at the volume on their chart or whatever. I would assume that very few people are buying. So what can they get out of continuing to fake an appearance, I guess, would be my question. Because I don't fully understand what they can, you know, what they can do. Take that time to draw that much out. I'm looking here on BSC scan, and cash out all, swap exact tokens.
Yep. And it's nonstop, and it's one after another. And
so, I mean, they're not, I guess my question is to leave the Discord up, cash out reward. I mean, I did that earlier. I cashed out my reward, cash out all. I mean, there's some swap exact tokens for tokens. I don't know if that means purchase or not, but there's cash out reward and swap. So, I mean, I don't see any buying.
No.
So I don't understand what, at this point, if it's probably dead regardless, unless they could just pull some massive information.
No one's going to want to invest in this project. They've killed it from the inside. If they didn't do it intentionally, that's what they've done.
Right.
They, you know, to tuck tail and run and hide, and just get, you know, and not give updates, and not try to sound positive, and you can ban people, man. You know, I mean, you don't have to like shut the whole Discord down and tell everybody, look, you know, if you're in here just spreading FUD and that's all you're doing, we don't need that in our project. And
right.
You know, get rid of those people. But you know, it is what it is. they did what they did. They made their choice, and you know, whether or not there's any legality to it, man, it just sucks because you know that was one of those things that you know we spent some money on that, and you know I know you spent a lot of money on it, and it's just one of those things that
Yeah, I probably lost $2,400 on
that's
ring.
substantial, man. I mean,
Fuck yeah, it is.
yeah. To be able to get back what $10 a day at this point, if it stays at $5.
Yeah, I mean, I got back 11 or 12 bucks earlier. Yeah, I mean, I guess as long as it stays, I mean, as long as it stays running, I'll keep claiming and trying to get out of it what I can.
I mean, eventually they're going to shut down their website to where people can't even get on there and claim their tokens.
Claim the rewards.
So that's what they're going to do. I mean,
yeah, I mean
or they're not. I mean, maybe they're in this for the long term and they will show, but they're going to have to do a whole lot of showing because I don't see no greens on their chart at all.
And they got 15,000 people got started on the X ring.
Yeah, I didn't buy one.
No, they didn't. I didn't either. But they got 15,000 nodes in that. So I mean, both sites are still up at this point.
Both up. So
at this point, I don't know if they're just trying to be nice and let people grab out what they can, or because, like I said, you haven't heard nothing from none of the devs or anybody in two or 3 days now.
I mean, if you go on CoinMarketCap, I don't know if there's any truth in this whatsoever, but it's showing that there's a fully diluted market cap of over $100 million.
Wow.
So, don't know how that's possible, but if there's truth in that number, you know, this could sustain itself for a while. $100 million though. I mean, with nothing but red, I don't see that being a truthful number. But you know, what do I know?
Yeah, right.
My portfolio, nothing but looks just like that chart on there.
Right. I'm over in the Galaxy Goggle. I mean, like I said, that was a failed, but their Discord is running Kingston, which is I don't know his official role, but he's one of the, I don't know if he's an actual dev, if he's marketing, but he usually seems to always be lurking around in the Discord. And I mean, everybody's talking, and you know, and it tanked.
It tanked.
It wasn't a rug, but I mean, it may not ever be what it was, or it may take 3 months of stability to get, you know,
to get
whatever
real investors interested again. Yeah,
right. But the Discord's moving. People are talking. People that stuck with it. Matter of fact, Kingston just responded, "No, you will receive airdrop GG on BSC tomorrow." So, I mean, they're moving forward. Obviously, their token Apex is their baby.
Yep.
And
if anybody's listening to this, if you're watching this, whatever, one of the things that the Apex token does, you know, with the burns and the part of that going to the development team, that allows them to keep working. It gives them paychecks, and so buy and sell trade on that token. I think they have a lot of potential as a development team, because the one thing that I admire about them is that they had an opportunity to just call it quits and stop with this and completely shut this down and go in another direction. And what they decided to do was allow the community to truly be decentralized, allow the community to make the decision on the next direction of this token. And I really admire that. I appreciate what they did, and hats off to them about that, because that took a lot of guts, man, because that may not have been their first choice, you know.
I think I'm around 1,400. Well, I don't know about current value. I think my total value, what I need to be to break even's around 1,400 or 1,500, and I'm currently around 800. So I mean, I'm down a pretty good chunk of change. But if I were to lose that, with them trying and giving me a vote, then it's no different than me investing up in a real world company and them saying, sorry, our business model failed. You know, thanks for giving us a shot.
Yeah.
You know, at least they gave us a voice versus rugging, versus just waving the white flag and giving up. Yeah, I mean, I got to give them some credit for the try. I mean, obviously they don't want GG affecting their Apex token. I mean, their Apex token's been around 3 months. It's been around since September. So, I mean, it's got some life. So, I mean, I know they're working on Death Ape NFTs and they're trying to, you know, they're trying. I mean, there's no other way to put it. They are trying. And people, I get mad when people on Twitter and other places and Facebook groups like, oh, they rugged. And I'm like, look, I've been in rugs, several in the last week, or I've been a part of failed projects, both. And what they're doing is it's not a failed project yet. The price collapsed, but it didn't fail. Still, they took money, they took value, they took tokens, and they're taking it over to, you know, Binance Smart Chain to relaunch. I mean, even technically it didn't fail. It tanked really fucking hard. But you know, they're still, and I mean, they were excited when the vote was in. They were like, cool, let's go to, you know, BSC, let's roll. They said they had a plan for all three. And based on the time frame that they're moving,
oh yeah,
I feel pretty confident they were truth. That they had a plan. You know, they came up with 3 options and they had some kind of roadmap for all 3 because they're moving to BSC. They're not behind on anything. They're doing everything the way they said they were going to do it. I mean, there's been no delays. I mean, heck, granted, I know the size is different, it's different spec, but look at the POC 11 for Helium. How many times did that get delayed? And 3 or 4 since we've been in it.
2 months.
Yeah, and so for them to, you know, present the options and say we have a plan no matter which way you guys vote.
There was a lot more moving parts in Helium than there is in something.
No, I get that.
I mean, there's a lot of moving parts in what they're doing too, what they're trying to accomplish.
But for Helium to take 2 freaking months, either don't announce. I mean, because they delayed it like three or 4 times. Quit announcing dates.
Right.
You know, after the first delay, just drop back and be like, hey, you know, we're not sure exactly when we can get. We're still working on it. We're hard at it. As soon as we have a better update, we'll let you guys know. And then the next update better be, we're hoping to get it done by this time. We'll keep you, you know. But they set 3 or 4 dates, and then like, oh no, we're backing it up. Oh no, we're backing it up. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So
what do you do when you are looking at a new token and you don't know if it's legit or not? You know, you got a lot of these projects that they've got good marketing campaigns and they've got a lot of hype that's built around them, and they're really good at, you know, what scam artists are really good at is taking a well-known scam and selling it to you as a new invention, as this, you know, wonderful thing. And Lee had sent me this coin. He said, man, because I had something and it was shit in the bed, and he said, hey, just take it out of that, throw it in this, and let's see what happens.
Go ahead and throw a name on it. That was
It was Jade Protocol.
Yeah, it was Jade Protocol.
And it was shit in the bed. It was bleeding to death. It actually has a little bit of new life in it, but you know, we don't know how long it's gonna last. It doesn't matter. I mean, I was kind of bored with it anyways. So I put it in this one coin. He said, man, this is 12 hours old. I said,
I was gonna say, hold on, let me back up and be like, I was literally just poking around on CoinMarketCap, and I don't even remember what category I hit. It might have been just new coin. I really don't even know. And I literally saw the name and laughed. And so I was like, you know what? We're losing our money over here in Jade. And Rick, you can tell them about the name. But yeah, I literally, there is no research. There is no promise of getting rich. This was like throwing a pin at a crypto dartboard of names. And like buy
This
that
is
just
where
because
it
this is like Squid Games. As bad as that turned out, it's the same thing. I saw the name and I laughed and I said, buy that. It's going to run. Buy that because of the name. Go ahead and tell them.
Totallyarugpull.com. Totally a rug pull. TARP token. Okay. Here is why I'm intrigued by this. The team, they've self-doxed themselves, or they put pictures of some hapless two guys on there that are going to be pissed off about it.
I did see that when I looked at the website, that they put their identity, and not that means that they're not going to scam you, not that means that you're going to do great, but if there is a feel good thing in the crypto world, that's one little thing.
Yeah.
We put here we are. We might be idiots. I mean, they'd be like me and you creating a token, and we have no experience.
It says rug pull in the name, dude. Come on.
Right. There's no way they can rug pull us.
Instead of having a roadmap, they have a rug map, which tells me that they've got a good sense of humor.
Yes.
So their goal, and if you look at their tokenomics and stuff, they have some buyback and burn type situation where it's deflationary, and 1%, I believe is what it is. Let me look and make sure so I don't misquote this. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So 1% of the burn and stuff goes every time you buy and every time you sell. 1% gets burned, 1% is reflection, gets distributed back to all the token holders. 1% goes to the dev wallet for every transaction. Goes to the dev wallet for future growth of the project, and then 1% goes to liquidity. Now, what it got me was they are trying to create an app that you take the contract and you put it into the app, and what the app does, they've got, I guess, algorithms, however they figure all this out. It reads the contract and it goes back and looks at past scams. It looks at the contract and how it's structured, and if anything in that contract has red flags in it, it's going to let you know. And what they're planning on doing is like basically a score 0 to 100. 100 being 100 being good, and 0 being you failed, motherfucker. So to me, that's ease of use. It's a use case, and by buying this coin, you are helping to support this goal. Will they ever do this? I don't even know if they're capable. I don't know anything about them. I bought some. That's it. That's all I know about it. But it's intriguing, and if they can, if we can get behind this, and if everyone can get behind this, and they're capable of doing this, maybe they have to hire some developers to actually write the code and do all that or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how capable these guys are. But if they can make that happen, man, that is something that will help all of us, and so I'm intrigued. I would like to help support them in any way, shape, or form that I can, because that's good shit. If we could put in a contract and it go, hey, you probably got about a 30% chance of losing all your money. You may want to stay away from something like that, because 30%, that's considerable,
Right.
So that's my take on this TARP token.
Yeah, definitely do your own research. Like I said, this was like picking the Derby horse by the color of the horse. I was just screwing around on CoinMarketCap, and considering we had just, experienced several days of failed projects, rugs, everything else. When I saw the name Totally a Rug Pull, I was like, you know what? If they are a rug pull, I'll give them. It's almost like paying the
trade marketing, man.
No, well, it's almost like the homeless guy that says beer money instead of I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You know what? Or like spread some cheese on this broke cracker. Like, you know what? I'm gonna give them $60. I'm gonna buy $60 worth of their tokens. And if they do rug me, you know what? Like, you put on a show before you did it, and you didn't give me hope of it being something that it's not. and it's almost like paying an admission ticket to a comedy show. If they do rug our 60, 50, 60 buck, whatever you threw at it,
Yeah.
and you know what? I got a laugh out of it. We got an episode out of it.
Yeah.
And that's more than I got out of any of the rugs, the failures, or anything else we've had last week. And I got something fun. I got a laugh. So,
Right.
you know, anybody who, if you do listen to this, show them some love, give them some comedy money. I mean, meme tokens and all this stuff that has no true value. I mean, why not? Totally a rug pull tarp. It's creative. It made me like, still like when I say it, it makes me laugh.
They are on an upward trajectory, not one of those like skyrocket up in the air type
Right.
situations, but they're at an all-time high right now. And you know, I'd like to see this one succeed because the app, if they can build that out of this, then you know, it was worth my $60 anyways. You know,
For sure. Yeah, I mean, anything if they could do, it'd be awesome if they get so this is an app to check out existing, would be awesome. I mean, because all these companies, well, not all of them, but they go for audits. I mean, even I haven't some of the audits have failed. I don't know if the ones that have been audited have rugged. Has anybody? I wonder if anybody's that'd be cool if they could associate. Well, now we've noticed that, well, they got a Startic audit or a Paladin or whatever, and they still rug. So I don't think the audit, I think that doesn't necessarily protect you from a rug, does it?
No.
An audit?
No.
Yeah, that's just checking code.
The audit is just checking for obvious malicious code.
Gotcha.
But you know, if you like, I'm going to go back to SafeMoon. When we first got in SafeMoon, you know, we were holding our breath for a very long time, going, you know.
Oh yeah, I remember the first like 10 days. We were back and forth. Do we sell? Is it legit? Are they going to take our money? Yeah, no, I remember that. Like, it was stressful.
Yeah, and you know, they've completed a large portion of the roadmap this year. You know, the blockchain isn't out yet, but I'm not really sure when that's supposed to be out according to their roadmap. But
right,
you know, when they got their audit, there was some stuff in the code that
yeah, they had to go back and fix.
Well, they said that they weren't going to fix it.
Oh,
because they said, you know, this is how we designed this, and we don't want to give control of this project over, you know, we've left that in there. It's developer money, and this is going to be an expensive project. And so they basically said, no, we're not changing it. If you don't like it, you can exit the project. We're okay with that, but we're leaving that.
I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that was what it was. It was how the money was being. Okay, I thought it was actual. So basically,
that's the way that I understood it. Anyways, I read a couple different articles, and that's
so basically they were saying like, hey, we think your marketing budget's insane, or your whatever your development budget is, like you're robbing people with your development budget, and they were like, no, we think that's what it's going to take to be successful. So that's cool. I mean, they stood their ground. I mean, they seem like they are. I mean, they got the best community. The dude that was developing for them, he's gone now. He's only gone because because he's basically a contract worker. He wasn't, you know, whatever that he was hired for is done. He's not gone because of anything bad or poor performance. He more or less just moved on to, you know, his next project. And I think he's still a part of the team, just not as directly as he was from what I remember. So they're still getting it done.
Well, we have rambled for a little while, so anything else you want to talk about? Or
no, we're going to try to get Mr. Doug from Mr. Doug Explains and some stuff in the future here, and we'll talk more about DAOs and maybe some nodes and pick his brain and get a little more in depth on shit.
If anybody's watched it to this point and you think you have something to contribute, say something in the comments and reach out to us. We're both on a bunch of different social medias. We'll throw some links in there so you can get a hold of us on the
Be
Twitter.
Looking for a potential shift in the direction of the show here in the near future.
Yeah, we're you know, Shitcoin Solutions isn't that catchy to some you know, projects don't want to be associated with the name Shitcoin.
Right.
We developed this as a way to basically educate ourselves and maybe other people in the process. And so We have educated ourselves to
to the point we need to
understand
restructure and grow up and become something that can be more sustainable, more palatable for developers and important people and collaborators and everything. We want to be taken more seriously and
taken serious and be content creators, and try to do more educating, because
I will never be dry like some content creators that are just strictly business. That's not in my, I can never do that, but yeah, we can definitely tidy up the presentation and the name and get some serious and be more beneficial, because we've learned that shit coins, they come with an exciting element, and they come with a heartbroken, throw your couch out the front door, burn your house to the ground because you're broke element.
yeah, it's been been a rough couple of weeks for.
Yeah, so we're going to expand our horizons, and that takes a rebranding and a restructuring. So we're looking for that in the future.
But until that happens,
Though,
stay shitty.
That's right.
Shitcoin Solutions is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. We are not financial advisors and are not registered to provide financial advice. Our opinions and the opinions of the guests of our show are strictly our own. The cryptocurrencies discussed on the show and various forms of social media are not a solicitation to purchase or sell any security in any form. If you decide to buy or sell any of the cryptocurrencies or securities discussed on the show, Shitcoin Solutions is not responsible for any gains nor losses that result from the opinions of the host or guest. The best way to learn about any of the vast amounts of cryptocurrencies available is to do your own research.